This week we're going to start looking at combining sentences not just with different types of clauses or sentence structures, but with phrases. A phrase is any type of group of words, so it's just a group of words, really. There is no subject or verb. So just a group of words. And so when we talk about phrases, we talk about a group of words. We can see what separates a phrase from a clause would be that the clause would have the subject and the verb, but the phrase does not. And I'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So remember, in the beginning of the year, when we talked about prepositions. So we see here, I enjoy the ones, okay, with is a preposition, because a squirrel can go with a river. And we talked about having objects, sprinkles, and fudge. So one way that we can combine sentences with phrases is to look where a sentence has a prepositional phrase. And we've already identified this one. Okay, remember a preposition with, and then it's objects, sprinkles, and hot fudge. So what I can do, remember I want to get rid of the redundancy of I enjoy ice cream sundaes, and I enjoy I want to have, I can combine these in one sentence by simply crossing off I enjoy the ones, get rid of that period. And now I have, as my new sentence, I enjoy ice cream sundaes with sprinkles and hot fudge. So I have it. That gives me that one new sentence because I saw the prepositional phrase and I knew I could take out the redundancy and just keep my prepositional phrase. So when you're combining a sentence with a prepositional phrase, look for that kind of possibilities. Sometimes you might actually have to add the preposition in. Another way of using a phrase to combine sentences is looking for when you can use a participle phrase. And you should remember what participles are from earlier this semester. Remember, the participle is going to be either the ed verb or the ing verb. And we know that they act as adjectives. So these verbs will act as adjectives. And adjectives describe nouns. So a way to deal with this, or to change the sentence, is I can take the part that starts with the participle verb, right? So I can actually cross off in the second sentence the he was. And now I can take the rest of this here, I can take all of this and I can move it up here. Okay, I can make it a sentence interrupter. So that's this up to there. And I'll move it up here and make it as an interrupter. So now, instead of having the young prince fell asleep from his... Okay, he was haggard from his journey, so I'm having two sentences there. I can actually create one sentence. I can say, the young prince comma haggard from his journey comma fell asleep. Okay. I know there's a lot going on there, so let me erase some of what we already put on here to kind of look at our new sentence. Okay. Alright. So we can see here's our new sentence. I'm going to fix this. So, the young prince, haggard from his journey, fell asleep. And now, what I've done, you can see, is taken this participle phrase and I've moved it to describe the prince, because adjectives describe nouns. Okay, so that's the participle phrase. Now the last one, and this is my favorite, that I want to show you, is the appositive phrase. Okay. Now an appositive is just a fancy way of saying, so this equals a noun pretending to be an adjective. There's an abbreviation again. Okay, so this is a noun pretending to be an adjective. Okay. And we can see here again what we can do. We have our predicate nominative. Remember our complements from last semester. We have our predicate nominative in the second sentence. And it'd be so much easier to describe Dad without the second sentence. Okay. So what I want to do to get rid of the he is, because it doesn't create much voice from a writing anyhow, I'm going to get rid of the he is, and I'm going to move my doctor, like we did with the participle phrase, up here, make it another sentence interrupter, so that I'm using a noun to describe another noun, which makes it a positive. Right. And so then the new sentence will become, Jaren's dad, comma, my doctor, comma, examined me. For my physical. Okay. And now we have our new sentence complete with our appositive phrase here. Okay. And you can see that's plopped right in with commas, because we have to have commas around interrupting elements. And so that is how the three major phrases that we'll be using and looking at for combining our sentences. So your challenge for the next week will be to look at which phrases to use and combine these sentences.